Hi, Sally Walker here, your hormone and slow age expert. So what is cellulite? So let's talk a little bit about that. So bear with me a little bit here. We're going to have a little bit of anatomy, aren't we? So underneath the skin, there is a layer of fat and it's called subcutaneous fat. And ladies, we like to store our fat here. Okay, we store in little subcutaneous or connective tissue pockets. We store fat, okay? And as long as we have lots of estrogen, then we will store fat on our butt, on our thighs, on our hips, on our breast tissue also, for example. But as long as we have a lot of estrogen, we don't tend to store it very much on our tummies. That's what the boys do. But after menopause, ladies, as estrogen declines, then we do tend to store more fat on our tummies, okay? So the fat in this subcutaneous layer is contained by a little net of connective tissue, sort of little connective tissue pockets, okay? So a net around the fat. Now, this connective tissue in ladies is loose. It's supposed to be. And when it's loose, it gives way to the fat when it pushes against the net, and it gives this sort of puckering on the surface of the skin, the lumpy bumpy, the dimples, what we call cellulite. Yeah. So boys have a stronger connective tissue. It's much tighter. So when their fat pushes against the connective tissue, it still remains smooth on the surface. But they don't tend to store much fat subcutaneously, so just under the skin. That's not where the boys store their fat. They prefer to store their fat around their viscera, so the deep and dangerous stuff on the tummies. So the boys tend to get the footballs in front of them, don't they? Where we ladies get the softer fat, which is around our butt and our thighs and hips and our breast tissue. That's what we ladies do. Yeah, and because our connective tissue is loose, when the fat pushes against the connective tissue, it creates this dimpling effect on the surface. Okay. Yay. So there are reasons why we have different types of connective tissue than the boys. One of the major reasons is that we have lots of estrogen and they have lots of testosterone. So testosterone is going to make the connective tissue much stronger, much tighter. So ladies, if you want to get into the 10% that don't seem to have problems with their cellulite, then you possibly need to be looking at getting a little bit more testosterone. Yes. Anyway, there are some other articles and there are some other videos about how we care for this and other reasons why our cellulite can be more visible. So have a little look at those. Happy hormones, happy life.